Hi, ladies. It's Doona here. Thanks so much for joining me today for our prenatal stretching routine class. Today is going to be a little longer than last week's 15-minute stretching class. It'll be about 30 minutes or so. We'll start off with being gentle, warming up our muscles, and then it'll lead up to a little bit more intense, but not too intense. But at any time, if it becomes too much for you, child's pose is always here for you. Take as many breaks. Always listen to your body. Okay, so grab your 2 blocks and a strap, and let's go ahead and get started. We'll be focusing on our entire body. Okay, cool. So once you're on your back, let's come into a comfortable position here. So I'm on my 3rd trimester, exactly 33 weeks. And for me, my lower back is still fine. But if yours is still tensing up or it's sensitive right now, keep your feet planted just like this. And try to flatten your lower back to support the core as well as the lower back here. Otherwise, if you're in your 1st, 2nd trimester, or you're just feeling amazing and Supta Baddha Konasana legs is good for you, this is where you'll be at. So again, it really depends on your body, your trimester, your pregnancy. There's no right or wrong. All right. Then once you come into a comfortable lying position, arms by your side, close your eyes. And let's take a deep inhale through your nose. And a big exhale, sigh it out. Good. Again, breathe in. And let it go. One more. Inhale, go slower. Breathe in. Slowest exhale, release. Good. On your inhale, gently bring your knees together if it's not there already. Then hug your thighs into your chest or towards the outside of your torso. Then make big circles with your knees going one direction first, warming up through the hips as well as your lower back. Then go ahead and switch directions. Feel free to make bigger circles if that feels good. And then starting with a nice gentle hip opener, let's come into our figure 4 position. Plant your feet hip width. Cross your right ankle on top of the left thigh and lift your left foot up if that feels good for you. Feel free to interlace your fingers behind your left thigh, maybe over your left shin. Drop your shoulders down, broaden through your chest, and slightly press your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your right foot flexed, then feel free to press your right knee away from your body. Now, keeping your hands interlaced behind your left thigh, on your inhale, straighten your left leg as much as you can. Flex your left foot, and as you exhale, bend your left knee. 3 more times. Inhale to straighten, get into your calf as well as your hamstrings. Exhale, bend, feeling more of that stretch into your outer right glute. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Keep your right ankle on top of left thigh. Just plant your left foot down. Walk your hands towards your glutes next to your sides and walk your left foot closer towards your glute. From here, keeping your figure 4 legs, lift your hips, and as you lengthen your tailbone, lift your lower back as well as your mid and upper back. So coming into that nice hip extension, firming up through your core as well as your glutes here. Holding for 3. Keep your hips neutral. Pelvis stays neutral here for 2 and 1. Slowly release. Awesome. Go ahead and release your right foot. Feel free to sway out your knees side to side. Neutralize your spine. Then we'll come back to center, switching sides. Left foot on top of right thigh. Whatever you did on the other side, take that layer. Remember, there's no right or wrong. Feel free to close your eyes. Stay present, focusing on your breath. Feel free to take open mouth exhales to release some heat within your body. Notice how you feel in this moment. Good. Now adding our calf and hamstring stretch 4 times on your own. Moving with the breath. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale to bend. Take your time. Once you're finished, plant your right foot down. Keep your figure 4 set up for your bridge pose. Inhale, lift your hips, lower back, mid back, upper back. This does require some strength to keep your hips square, pelvis neutral. So keep lifting up through that left hip. Holding for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower. Good. Plant your left foot. Option to sway your knees side to side. Then we'll come up to a comfortable seated position. You can roll onto your right side, push yourself up, or feel free to rock forward and back, coming into that comfortable seated position. Good. Make sure both sit bones are firmly grounded. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Palms connect. Then as you inhale, roll your shoulder heads back. Open your chest. Gaze up as you lift your chin away from your heart. Find that nice thoracic extension by lifting your shoulder blades up into your chest. Inhale. And as you exhale, sit up nice and tall, but keep your hands interlaced and place your fist towards your right hip. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Getting that beautiful stretch into the left side of your neck here. Good. And then just switch sides. Hands to your left hip, left ear towards left shoulder. Come back to center. Release your hands. Roll out your shoulders. Good. Cross the opposite ankle on top. Make sure both sit bones are grounded. Inhale, stretch your arms over your head. Interlace your fingers above your head, then flip your palms to face up. And take a gentle side stretch over to the right. Lean your chest towards the right. Press your left sit bone down. Inhale, center. And exhale over to the left. Gaze up. Good. Come back to center. Release. And let's meet in tabletop position. Once you're in your tabletop, take 3 rounds of cat and cow pose. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart, gaze all the way up. And as you exhale, round your back, tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. If you're still in your first or second trimester, you're more than welcome to keep your knees hip width. Walk your hands forward and drop your chest for puppy pose. Option 1, drop your forehead. Option 2, drop your chin down. Keep melting your heart towards the floor, whether it's touching the ground or not. Opening up through your shoulders, upper back, your arms, and chest. Last inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise back to tabletop. Step your feet back into your high plank position. Wrist underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers out wide. Keeping your hands and your feet there, just press your hips up to your first downward facing dog. Feel free to spread your legs as wide as you need. Maybe bend your knees. Heels might be lifted, maybe touching the floor. Keep lengthening your spine. Tailbone lifts up. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, walk your feet behind your wrist. Either hip width or feet outer hip width. Bend your knees as much as you need. Grab opposite elbows. Relax your head. Dangle your torso side to side. Shift your weight forward and back. Release your left fingertips underneath your nose. Option to grab your block underneath your left hand. Bend your left knee. Inhale, twist over to the right. Reach your right arm up and slightly back. Inhale. And exhale, release your right hand. Bend your right knee. Twist over to the left. Lengthen your spine. Peel your left shoulder back. Last inhale, reach up, find that length. And exhale, release. Keep your head relaxed, knees bent, and roll all the way up to a standing position. Once you're all the way up, feel free to roll out your shoulders. Walk your feet a little closer if that feels good. Keep your tailbone lengthened down. Quads are engaged. Lift up a little higher through your chest, but keep your shoulders down. Inhale. Reach your arms over your head. Keep your arms straight up. And as you exhale, baby back bend. Lean your chest back. Keep your tailbone tucked. Slightly press your hips forward. Inhale, mountain pose. Come back to center. Exhale, forward folds. Bend your knees as much as you need here. Hinging from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on top of your shin bones or maybe on top of your thighs. Lengthen your spine. And exhale, forward folds. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward folds. If you need to create more space, feel free to walk your feet wider. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, mountain pose. Last one, breath to movement. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward folds. Hinge from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, mountain pose. Rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Setting up for our warrior one. Step your right foot forward, right toes point straight. Step your left foot way back as much as you can without your left heel lifting up. Point your left toe slightly out to about 45-degree angle. Depending how far along you are and depending on your practice, feet either hip width, distance apart, or heel to heel alignment. Bend your right knee so much that it stacks over your right ankle. Then draw your right outer hip back as you roll your left inner thigh back. Then imagine there's a block between your inner thighs. Hug your outer glutes in. Once your legs are set up, reach your arms over your head. Keep your shoulders squared. Inhale, lift up through your belly button. And as you exhale, sink deeper into your front knee without your left heel lifting up. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And then as you exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back, straighten your right leg, and take a nice chest expansion. Slightly press your fist down, lift your chest, gaze up. Inhale. And then as you exhale, release your hands. Take your pyramid pose. So feel free to grab your blocks. Most of you will need to shorten your stance, but keep your left toes pointing slightly out. Lift your chest a little higher. Lengthen your spine first. Then drive your right outer hip back again, left hip forward. As you keep your hips squared, then feel free to fold over your right leg. Or just keep your spine long. Again, depending on where you're at in your pregnancy as well as your practice. Honor your body. Inhale. And as you exhale, bend your right knee, release the blocks, and let's come into a forward fold. Spread your legs as wide as you need. Awesome, ladies. Remember, child's pose is always here for you. Take your water breaks. Option to bring your feet a little closer. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. All right, we got the other side. Step your left toes forward. Step your right foot back. Take as many breaths as you need to set up your warrior one legs. Right leg should be completely straight. And then once you're in your warrior one, take about 3 breaths here to get deeper into this pose. Feeling that deep stretch into your right hip flexor, your psoas, your glutes, even to your hamstrings for some. Keep your arms long and straight, but shoulders down. Last breath. Inhale. Core stays engaged. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Fly your arms behind you. Straighten out your left leg. Interlace the opposite grip. Inhale. Chest expansion. Keep your hips square. Keep lifting up through your lower back. Lift your shoulder blades up into your chest. And as you exhale, release your hands. Sit up for your pyramid pose with or without your blocks. Again, you will most likely have to step that right foot forward. Re-squaring the hips. Neutralize your pelvis. When you're folding over your left leg, try to always hinge from the hips. breaths. Keeping your lower back lengthened. You could always move deeper. Breath to movement or static hold is perfectly fine here. Breath in. And as you exhale, forward fold to the top of your mat. Now, as you keep your feet as wide as your hips or maybe a little wider, release your hands, point your toes out, and squat down for Malasana, frog pose. Sit up nice and tall, lengthen your spine, shoulders down. Open your inner thighs and hips. Breathe here. Let it go. Good. Plant your hands. Let's lower down on top of our shin bones. And let's have a seat. Sit up nice and tall. Relax your shoulders. Taking a few rounds of breath here. Breathe in. And let it go. Soften your jaw. Soften your gaze. Relax all your face muscles. Feel free to keep your eyes closed. Let's take a gentle twist over to the right. Remember to twist mostly from your upper body, so really opening up through the shoulders and the chest here. Other side. Good. Put your hands in front of you. Bring your knees as wide as you can. Big toes to touch. And let's drop into our child's pose. Either forehead down, maybe your chin down. See if you can sink your hips deeper into your heels. Melt your shoulders down. Good. Right, inhale, tabletop. And let's lower down onto our backs. Let's slow down again, ladies. All right, so once you're on your back, keep your left leg extended forward, but keep your left foot flexed. Then straighten out your right leg up towards the ceiling. Layer 1, interlace your fingers behind your thigh. If your shoulders are able to drop down towards the floor, away from your ears, feel free to grab behind your calf. Again, without your shoulders crunching up towards the ears, if you can, grab your foot. So the moment your shoulder starts to crunch up, you want to back off a little bit. And if you're putting too much compression on your stomach, always back off here. Okay, so again, lots of different layers, different modifications. The beauty of yoga, it fits all bodies, all trimesters. You could also grab a strap and hook it around your right foot. So for the next one, feel free to grab your strap, maybe your right hand behind your thigh, again, the strap. Otherwise, right peace finger grabs your right big toe, left hand on top of left thigh. Without your left hip lifting up, drop your right leg over to the right. So the moment your left hip wants to lift up, that's where your right leg should stop. Keep your pelvis neutral. Keep it grounded. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, hug your right knee towards the outside of your chest. And let's cross your right knee over your body. Supine twists. Slightly press your hips over to the right. Tee out your right arm. 5 breaths here. Come back to center. Neutralize your spine. Drop your right leg. Hamstring stretch on the left side. 5 breaths. Grab your left foot, right hand on top of right thigh. Drop your left leg out towards the left. Hips stay squared and grounded. Few breaths here. Come back to center. Bend your left knee towards the outside of your left shoulder. Scoot your hips to the left and drop your left knee over to the right. Supine twist. Again, honor your body. Don't twist so deep if it doesn't feel good. This is not the time to overdo it. Come back to center. Shavasana, whether it's on your back, if you're in your 3rd trimester and you prefer lying on your side, doctors always recommend lying on your left side, but there's really no right or wrong here. So take the next couple of breaths to settle in, get comfortable. Make sure there's no tension in your lower back. Relax your shoulders and all your face muscles. Once your eyes are closed, last deep inhale. And a big sigh out. Let it go. Awesome job, ladies. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be shooting prenatal yoga videos every week, so I hope to see you again. Namaste.